Hello, my name is Krudothlerin, and welcome to this instructional video where I'll be introducing the Alfheim Industries Voland 800 series fully automated super smelter, named for the famous elven smith Voland, also known as Wayland the Smith, from Norse mythology. This model features an automated distribution and refueling system with an auto start-stop, eliminating all the typical button pushing. Simply place the items to be smelted into the input chest, stand back, and the machine will do the rest. Start by giving a quick showing of the parts involved. As is typical with a super smelter, you have series, in this case 8 furnaces, all with hoppers underneath feeding into the output chest here. Over here we have the input chest with hoppers loading into what will be a minecart, a hopper minecart specifically. Over here we have a comparator reading when the hopper has anything in it, sending a signal to activate the minecart and deactivate the powered rail sitting underneath it. As soon as the hopper's empty, it'll power the rail and send the cart off on its way. And on this end, we have a comparator looking at a detector rail. So when the minecart passes over that, it'll check to see if there's anything in it. If there is anything in it, it'll send a signal that'll power the powered rail right down here. If it sees that it's empty, it'll leave it alone so that the minecart will just park itself when it's done. On the back side, we have a fuel tank that, as I'm using bamboo planks in this case, but you can use kelp or any other fuel source that you like. Over here we have the refueling system, which automatically activates whenever any of the furnaces are not completely full. It'll send off this minecart to top off all the furnaces. So for a quick demonstration, let's go ahead and place a stack of sand to be smelted into glass. It'll take a second for the sand to trickle into the hopper. There it goes. It calls the minecart, which then goes about distributing all the sand into the furnaces. And as soon as everything's distributed, it will automatically go back and park itself. There it goes. Now all the furnaces are full. You'll see the hopper is empty. And if we look around the back, we should see when these torches light up, that's one of the furnaces calling for fuel. There we go. And then the minecart comes around. This is always full, and it tops off each of the hoppers. The fuel tank will carry, I actually have specs for that, a single double chest will hold enough fuel for 5,184 items using bamboo planks. If you switch that out with kelp blocks, you get 69,120 items smelted for one double chest. And we have 4 double chests with hoppers in addition, so that adds another 10 stacks of fuel to each level. And as you can see, the furnaces are finishing up. The first one is usually the last one to go because it gets that extra piece from the transfer. And there we have it, 64 glass blocks. With the 8 furnace setup, this entire process takes about 1 minute 48 seconds. But 148 seconds is far too long, you say. No problem, we've got you covered. For larger loads, allow me to introduce Alfheim Industries Voland 2200. We have 22 furnaces on this model. Uses the same fueling system, the same launch system, and the same recall, but it has more than twice as many furnaces and can smelt the same stack in the span 53 seconds. Do a quick demo here, just so you can see it in action. As the sand trickles down into the hopper, it's called the mine cart. Loads up, takes off, distributes into all the furnaces, giving a fairly even distribution. The first and last furnace might get one extra piece. And then once everything's been distributed, you can see it's already parked itself, and now it's calling for fuel. And that minecart goes by, tops off all the furnaces. And it's already done. Last few pieces are coming through now. That entire process took, again, 53 seconds. But say you just came back from the nether, you've been mining for netherite, and you've got shulker boxes full of netherrack that you want to smelt into bricks. Not a problem. For the large industrial applications, we have the Volan 3300. This has 33 furnaces, 3 rows, using this, again, the same system. It's very expandable. All 3 systems will fit within one chunk. Although the 3300 model stretches that a little bit, it barely fits within one chunk. But it is the fastest for really large jobs. We'll load it up. And here comes the minecart. It's going to gather up all the materials. And there it goes. Fuel's already been distributed. And it should park itself, I believe, on this run. It may have to make one more pass. Nope. It parked itself. We can see all the furnaces are running. And some of them are already done. There we go. One full stack. That took a total of 48 seconds. So, whatever your smelting needs, Alfheim Industries has you covered. And the reason that the one chunk border is relevant is because we can add an interpearl stasis chamber right here in the corner of that chunk, which will keep it loaded even when we're not in the area. So you can load up the furnaces, take off for parts unknown, and it will continue running as long as you're online. Another useful add-on is the fully automated bamboo farm. Bamboo and kelp are the 2 crops that you can harvest automatically, feed directly into the system. There's a conversion process for both versions. In the bamboo's case, you convert them into bamboo blocks, which then gets fed into another auto crafter, which turns the blocks into bamboo planks, which goes directly into the fuel tank. In the case of kelp, you have to smelt the kelp first and then convert those into blocks, which then goes in. The kelp is a little more complicated, but the fuel density is much higher. The only downside is that the kelp isn't really useful for much of anything beyond fuel, whereas bamboo can be used to replace any generic wood. You can make chests, you can make redstone components, whatever requires wood of a non-specific type. If you found this at all useful, please like and subscribe. It really helps, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.